And we begin with breaking news coming in from India, where dozens of people have been killed in landslides triggered by monsoon rains. Hundreds more are feared to be trapped under mud in the southern state of Kerala. Rescue operations have been hampered by a bridge collapse. The army has sent in 200 troops to help local emergency services. The National Weather Department is forecasting more heavy rain in the region. For the latest, I'm joined by DW correspondent Shalu Yadav in Delhi. Shalu, what more can you tell us about the current rescue efforts?
Well, Paresh, Wayanad is a hilly area dotted with the tea estates, and with this kind of difficult terrain, you can imagine how challenging it is proving for the rescue teams to be able to do their jobs. As you can see in the visuals, you see large amounts of debris and fallen trees in large patches of areas and muddy waters gushing through people's homes. And the situation is compounded by the fact that the two bridges that connected these affected areas with the main town have been destroyed by the landslides overnight. The NDRF, which is the National Disaster Response Force team, they've been dispatched to the ground, and more teams are on their way as we speak. Now, usually, Biresh, the NDRF are the first respondents in these kind of situations in India. But the situation is so grim, it's so serious that the army has been called in. The Air Force has been called in. As you said, 200 soldiers have been deployed to the region, and their first priority would be to build a temporary bridge so that these rescue teams can reach those who are still stranded in these landslides. But meanwhile, before that happens, the NDRF teams are using ropes to cross these muddy waters, the rivers, they look like rivers now, to be able to get to these people who are stranded there and get them to safety. The choppers by the Indian Air Force have been deployed there to be able to carry out aerial rescue efforts. But that, we hear, have also been hampered because of bad weather. There are strong winds currently in the region, and more rains are expected in the next few hours, which is not good news for the rescue teams, Biresh.
But what is causing this high number of casualties? Is it a very densely populated area?
Well, from what I've gathered, Biresh, it's the suddenness of this incident and also the timing of the incident that is the main factor of why we are seeing so many casualties. It happened just after midnight. The rains were much more than expected at this time of the year. I mean, it's monsoon season, so rains are expected, but they were much more than expected. And immediately, just within a few hours of the rains, multiple landslides happened in the area, giving people not much chance to run for their safety. And another obvious factor that I have to point out here, Biresh, is climate change. Experts say that these kind of incidents have gone up in the last few years in India, and they blame global warming and climate change for these kind of incidents. And there have been demands by climate activists from the government to address this issue, but they say that not much action is being taken by the government in this regard. Now, as far as the government is concerned, as far as the immediate action is concerned, the Prime Minister has offered all kinds of help to the Kerala government in this regard, and they've also offered compensation for the families of those who are dead and the victims who are recovering in the hospitals.
DW's Shalu Yadav speaking to me from Delhi. Thanks so much.